All right, guys, welcome to the Investor's Guide of Memphis Real Estate. I am your host, Dean Harris, and as always, I'm with Douglas Skipworth. How are you, buddy?
Hey, man, doing great.
We're bringing you this podcast to give you the boots on the ground knowledge to be a successful real estate investor here in Memphis, Tennessee. Please like and subscribe to the Investor's Guide of Memphis Real Estate on our YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Let's see, where else? Facebook, wherever you listen to the show. Show sponsors are listed on the screen. We wouldn't be able to do this podcast or run our own personal rental business without them. We've got Trump Construction, River City Title, Cortland Financial, CrestCore Property Management, and Will Griffin with Griffin, Clift, Everton, and Mashmeyer. I help buyers and sellers every day. Dean@CrestCore.com. If you'd like to send me an email, I can sell anything for you here in Memphis if you've got an investment property to sell. And if you'd like to get on our buyer profile, have a buyer profile built for you, Dean@CrestCore.com. How you been?
Great.
You all right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So it's hot.
It's hot. Summer.
It's summertime here in Memphis. It's hot. We're trudging along. Market's pretty good. I had today's topic. We're going to jump right into it. But investing in state versus investing out of state. This came to my attention this past week on what are the differences in investing in state and out of state. And all we can relate to is investing here in Memphis versus out of state. So it could be different in other cities. But what will show you the differences are from out of state and in state here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Good.
All right.
That's awesome.
In state, the first thing you think about if you're an in-state investor or you're investing into your city and you can drive there or show up there is that you can touch it, you see it. It's in your face. It's a tangible product. They're all but it's on. You're right there with it. You've got boots on the ground there. Those are just the first couple of things that I think about. Your comfort level rises. You're accustomed to the area.
Yeah.
You feel a little more homey, there. So being able to touch it, feel it, experience it, go through it live and in person is the biggest difference.
Yeah. I think you're right because you're here, assuming it's Memphis. We're here in Memphis. Other investors who are investing in Memphis, they can see it, they can touch it, they can feel it, they can get the vibe. Yeah. You just feel it. You can feel the city. You can feel neighborhoods. You can feel what's happening. You can feel momentum. And one thing I like about investing local is because of that, you can cut out the noise.
Yeah.
Like at a national level, you just hear noise, right? There's a lot of headlines, a lot of how do we get clicks? How do we sell papers? How do we sell advertising? You can cut through that if you're local.
100%. Yes. And know what it is.
Yeah, you know what
I mean? Like you don't have to listen to somebody. You don't have to listen to a guy on a podcast tell you how it is. I mean, you can literally go see it, right? Hopefully this is beneficial, but you don't have to listen if you're investing locally, you don't necessarily have to have that. You've got the information in most cases that I'm giving you here on this podcast.
Yeah. That's exactly.
You're way more active in the process. You're way, physically, you're just way more active. In state, you're going to, if the plumber needs to go out and do a big plumbing job, in all likelihood, you're going to show up. Probably take a look at what's going on. You know what I mean? Like you're not just going to I know I do. I invest here locally. I'm all over our properties, right? I see stuff all the time. I'm way more hands-on than something I have in another city, which I do. So, I can tell you the difference. Right. It's a complete and total different angle. So you're way more active in the process. Your involvement is just higher all around.
And there are trade-offs to that.
Oh man, we're going to talk about them because the out of state, there are massive trade-offs to it. And I don't know, truthfully, oh man, I'm 50-50 on what I like more.
I hear you. I got out of state as well. And we'll talk about that soon. But we're talking about the advantages.
Oh, don't get my opinion
of in-state.
Because it could very well change. Or
local.
Yeah. Because there's some advantages of not having this right in your face.
Oh, yeah. And so, maybe we'll save it to there. But there, you can DIY it.
Yeah.
If you've got more time, then being local you can invest that time.
That's what it is.
You can invest that time in driving, meeting, swinging the hammer if you've got that skill, Whatever it is, meeting with the banker, going to view it, having lunch with the banker, all the things, meeting with the property manager, being the property manager. There's a lot more of your time you can put in physically, which can be good.
It can be
Which
good.
can be good. We're going to bring it to out of state because it can be really, really bad.
Oh, God.
But it can be good.
Oh, man. The in-state feeling, just overall, to kind of sum up your end state without getting into too technical, it's a comfort level. You can be there, you can monitor, you can manage immediately.
Yeah, peace of mind.
Peace of mind. It's just easier. Okay.
There's a lot of easy to it. There's some things that make it seem easier.
That's a good point. I said easier. Seem easier.
It makes it seem easier.
Excellent point.
So, which is kind of leads you in.
I think we're laughing here. We're kind of giggling like two kids because I feel like we've been beat up from this. Like, I know what's coming, and I know what we're about to talk about from the out of state. And it's funny because you and I are having a natural reaction now because we've never talked about this.
No, we haven't.
So it's funny.
But we both have out of state properties.
And we both have in-state right here in Memphis.
We both have.
And man, I'm sharing some similar feelings with you that maybe my out-of-state stuff's a little easier.
It's a little easier.
It's a little easier because, man, I'm here and it's all in my face here, large single-family rental portfolio, and man, am I busy with it. And I've got a few things out of state, and I'm not as busy with it. And I'm making it work.
And you're making it work.
So the first shift into our out of state, today we're talking about investing in state versus out of state. You have to build a trustworthy team. So if you're out of state, the very first thing I would suggest you doing is to build a trustworthy team. Agents, general contractor, management company, lenders. I mean, we can talk about the advantages of those. We've got a Build Your Team episode on here that we've done where we kind of broke that down. But I think the very first thing you have to do is to build a trustworthy team. And I don't think it's just partial. I mean, I think you could start focusing on an agent and talk to the agent and then kind of build out quickly as you go. I don't think you got to have these locked down but you've got to have a really good idea of all four of these before you go into a market and start to invest. It's the first thing. Build your team.
Build your team. And when you have that team, you're more scalable.
Mm-hmm. You don't realize that up front.
But you're paying people. I think this goes to a pro tip, what you've always taught me, which is that tell them about the dollar per hour work. Oh, man.
A long time ago when we were building the brokerage and we were doing these things, I began the brokerage doing, $25, $50 an hour work, right? It's like, that's what had to be done. And then as we grew and as we went, it's like, I can't do that. And I have to do $400 an hour work and $800 an hour work and $1,500 an hour work. And as an individual, when you're building a portfolio, you've got to be able to scale up and do the same things.
Yeah, and you can leverage other people better out of state than you can in state. We talked about
because you're forced to.
Because you're forced to. Because in state, you're like, or in local, you're like, oh, I can go meet the contractor over there. I can go meet. I can go do this. I can do that. And you're doing $10, $20, $30, $40 an hour work.
Mm-hmm.
But as an owner of a portfolio,
$1,000 an hour,
you should be doing $1,000 an hour work that only you can do. Only do that. I learned a lesson too, that you have to do what only the portfolio owner can do, and you pay people to do what anybody can do.
I always tell a new investor when you're coming in,
yes,
under the thought process of building a team that we're talking about today, why would you do it any other way? What's your goal? 20? Cool. Well, then we need to build a team right now to handle 20.
Yes.
You don't need to build a team right away and to handle 2. So in other words, the chuck and the trucks, I'm suggesting you not use, for goodness sakes. I'm suggesting you not use that. I'm suggesting you go with the company, licensed GC, CrestCore property management with a reputation.
Yeah.
If you're going to borrow money, go from McCord Linden, somebody that's got a reputation. Go build a team around you with solid people that have experience and knowledge into that market.
Yes.
Because if you don't and you start off small, you're gonna struggle to build that scalable model.
Yes.
You started off the comment and you said it's scalable. It's scalable. And if you build a team, a trustworthy team, you're setting yourself up to be scalable.
And you yourself, local, do it DIY. We talked about that. Yeah. DIY is not scalable.
No. You can do 3. You're going to drive yourself crazy, though. You're going to call me when I sell them. So go ahead. I need the transactions, but you don't call me when I sell them. I'm just here to tell you. Yeah. I hate it, and I hate to be so blunt and forward. But if you don't build a business, if you're going to stick with 3, you better buy 300,000 plus homes
that manage themselves.
Otherwise, if you buy 3 $1,500 rentals, you're going to call me in 2 years or less and want to sell.
If you're DIYing it.
Yeah, if you're DIYing it. If you're not going to get a team around you to help you build and scale, I didn't say go from 0 to 100 in 12 months.
No.
You scale at your own pace. Scale's a relative term to somebody, right?
That's
you
good.
Scale at your own pace, but it doesn't matter if you don't have the team built around you. You're not going to be able to scale at any pace.
Yeah.
So this is super juicy right here, because it's not. It's something that you will never recognize or never understand or bring up unless you go through it and screw it up first.
Because you screw it up by either DIYing it, beyond your ability, or like you said, chucking a truck. And the chuck in a truck is you use one, and we've said this before, you use one chuck in a truck, then you use 2 chucks in a truck, then it becomes a cluster chuck. And it happens every single time. Every single time. Speaking from experience.
Oh, don't act like I haven't done it. I did it too.
That's where it DIY and chucking a truck. Those are the inevitable consequences if you're trying to scale.
Because who's chucking a truck hiring? Who's he hiring? Tell me. He's not hiring a licensed bonded big company. Jr. He's getting Chuck Jr.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Is he not? He's not hiring a high-level, big licensed bonded insurance company, and he's in his truck?
No. He's pitting somebody off Jackson Avenue.
Man, I did that as a kid.
Yes.
Showed up and got work. Man, but anyway, so your research in this area is going to be more valuable than what you think you're doing at home. Your little home research about, a certain contractor or a certain property management company is about all you'll need to do, because you kind of know the areas. But your research on the new market needs to be thorough.
Oh, that's good.
It needs to be real accurate.
Yeah.
You don't need to get your information off of public websites. You need to, after you've built your team, you need to go talk to them and start getting the information from them. I'm only saying this and talking about this because people come to us for it. People come to me and our team, and they need information about Memphis. We start with this podcast. We start with some of the other zip code breakdowns and things that we can provide them or what have you. But if you're going into that market, hopefully it's here in Memphis. But if it's not, after you've built that team, you've got to start educating yourself. And my exact notes was your research on the area be more important here, knowing the market and tendencies of each sub-market.
Yeah.
Because I can know that Kansas City is a decent rental market, right? But where?
Right.
And you can say, hey, Memphis is good. Hell, you can say North Memphis is good, right? But you got to know the sub-markets and the people inside of there. So
and
that research is important.
That research is important. I think it's fact versus, some of it's fact versus gut.
Yeah.
You know, in locally, you're just like, way more gut.
Yeah.
Whereas, hey, these are facts. Here's so for example, the zip code breakdown. Yeah. You're really paying attention to that. Mm-hmm. Versus, like you said, I kind of know this is where I want to be. Mm-hmm. 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 Instead of following the data.
That's right. Visit the market. The next one is visiting the market if you can. Right.
Great advice.
So talking about, educating yourself, research and all that. I think the next part of that is to visit it.
Yeah.
I will tell you, here in Memphis, I sell homes to clients that are out of state. This might sound silly to some, but 95% of my clients I don't usually meet in person. We've built such a good process and such a solid internal infrastructure. Yeah. We keep all of our clients out of trouble. It's not totally necessary to come here. I just don't sell houses where I don't buy them.
Right.
And I don't take risk in areas to just earn a real estate commission. So We keep our nose clean with that, and I've got a ton that don't ever come here. If you can't,
and you make it very easy through the information and communication.
And easy. And this is not a pat myself on the back, but if you can't find that in another market where they're so inviting and opening to an out-of-state investor, hey, we have everything you need here. If you can't find that, hear it, and believe it, I think you might ought to pause and start either looking in another market or finding those people in that market, because there are some in every market. Now, whether they're doing it on a podcast like we are or they're marketing themselves in their own way, you just got to find them. I would never recommend not connecting in with that person that is totally plugged in like we are with our city and vendor partners and all that here.
Yeah, and I think that's great to visit the market. If you happen to be investing in Memphis from out of state, you might be that 95% who don't come. But if you're of the 5% who do come, the first and third show sponsors, property management in CoreLand, CrestCore Property Management in CoreLand, do a meetup.
Yeah,
right here. Local vendors in this building. Yeah. They put it on, they host it. So vendors come, investors come. So you can swing through, like you said, meet people and do that.
And we've sat here at this table and met with clients over the years. So
if
you guys come here,
you're
it's
invited.
Totally fine. Of course.
You're invited.
We just don't, most people find when they come and they start investing, this was my last point, talk about how we set up the business to cater specifically around out-of-state investors. I have only done every single thing in the brokerage here at CrestCore that my portion of it, there's other agents here, but in my portion of it, I catered 100% around the out-of-state investor, 100% of it, because it was my client base. Whenever I have that initial call with you, Allie and I, our team agent, was talking about this today. I'm really good at that initial call with buyers. I really know what you want to hear. Yeah, at least. I really know what you want to hear. And it's not a pitch. It's we do all of those things, because I know from the experience of talking to investors and hearing from them what they need from an info standpoint, from a clarity standpoint, and really, they need honesty, Douglas. They need honesty.
I was just about to say, you're like a guide, counselor.
100%.
That's, therapist.
And I'm never, ever, ever, and this is why I've been able to do this, and people can attest to it here, whatever, never gotten myself in a situation with an investor about, man, it's a bad house in a bad area. It's like, there's never the both. We can find a house that's not as good in some good areas, right? That's why we vet them and we go through this process. But I've made it a habit over the years of catering every sector of the brokerage here with you to cater to the out-of-state investor. We've got property management in-house. All of the show sponsors are all of the people that we've worked with over the years to vet and to work with to provide that out-of-state experience for the investor here. So all of this is kind of the in-state, out-of-state is just leading up to kind of that. That's my main point to take away from this really was, I'm leaning towards out-of-state myself.
When we sit here and talk about it, I have an out-of-state, and I think about it, and I'm like, I don't worry about it like I do the stuff here. It's different.
I think so much harder about the things here, and I guess it makes sense because I've relied on other teams and boots on the ground there that I have confidence in.
Yeah,
my folks in Charleston are killer.
Yeah,
killer.
It's kind of like when I drive home. Here at the office, we got a team and certain people do certain things, and the guy takes out the trash on the trash day, and he picks it up on the trash day, and we don't have to worry about it. All we got to do is get our trash in the trash can.
That's right.
At home, man, I got to pull up and remember to take out the trash, and I got to pull it up. Like when I pull in from work and the trash can's that's been picked up, now I got to drag it back down, and I'm like, those little bitty things that I do because I'm in the market versus I'm not in the market, the property manager, the realtor, the contractor, or the lender's taking care of for me. And I've scaled and built my team.
So I can make an argument for both.
Sure.
And I hear you. I'm doing both. So I could listen to both angles of it. I'm glad that I was able to share this.
We're going to be honest and tell you, you're putting up both sides and letting you say, here's some pros for doing it yourself, and here's some
cons. And if you haven't tried it or haven't offered yet, or you're not into the system yet, jump into it. We'll get you set up with the team and get you that buyer profile built out. Anything else on this today? All right, man. Investing in-state versus out-of-state, good topic. If you guys have any questions, Dean@CrestCore.com, and we'll see you next week. That's
Good.
cool.